What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This video I am super excited to get started on. Gonna be walking through this. This is the engine that's getting put together for my 6-liter. I'm gonna show you the parts that are going into the bottom end, and we'll start putting her together. Alright, so first off, we got our crankshaft here. It has been polished, all the checking and everything is done on it. Got ourselves a set of Molly bearings. The bottom end has all been measured and everything, so standard size bearings are going to be perfectly fine in this. Molly crank bearings, and then Molly rod bearings. For pistons, got ourselves some Molly coated skirts, fly cut pistons from Warren Diesel Injection. These should be good for what we're going for. I want to go for about 600 to 700 horse out of it, and stuff I'm doing in the bottom end should hold that no problem. But you may be wondering why I got fly cuts. It is for this here. It's a Colt Cams Stage 4 camshaft. So in order to run it, there has to be valve reliefs in the pistons. So that's why we got valve reliefs there. For our main caps, not caps, but the main girdle, we have ARP bolts, or ARP studs, sorry. They are going to hold the whole bottom end together. Molly gaskets, and these babies. These are Cali's Ultra Assassin connecting rods. So they're not billet, they're not like a super heavy duty one, but they are enough to support 1500 horse in the bottom end, and they will be plenty for what I'm going to be doing with it. So now that I've showed you what I got going on here, I've already got the piston squirters installed and everything in the block is prepped. Need to open the crankshaft up, set her down in, and put the bearings in. So let's get that done.
Alright, so first thing, we're cleaning up the surface the bearings are going to sit in the bottom end. And now we're putting some assembly lube on the ARP studs. Now driving them down in, not super tight, just kind of snug. Putting the main bearings in, lubing them up, unwrapping the crankshaft. It's looking nice, everything's all nice and clean, polished. Putting it in there, and yeah, everything's moving good. So now we have to assemble the other half, so we're putting the main bearings in there, putting some silicone on the seams where the ends are going to be,
So what that stuff is just a little bit of aviation forma gasket. I've been using it on some gaskets and stuff just for a little extra security.
So now we're going to lube up the bearings on the other half.
And then these corners, you just put some silicone in because that's going to be a seam, and that'll squish out, and then you just cut it off and away you go.
Now I'm dropping the bottom half onto the block and realizing I messed up.
Trying to do things quick here to get it together, and I put the studs in wrong.
Not a huge deal, just have to run them out, switch them side to side or from spot to spot, and switch them around. Now I'm putting assembly lube underneath the washers and between the washers and the nuts of the ARP studs. Tighten them down by hand, doing the first pass. I believe it was like 50 foot-pounds or something like that, not a whole heck of a lot. Doing the second pass. And then the third and final pass at, I believe it was 125. Now the bolts around the edge are just some 10 mil bolts, tightening those up.
All right, we got a crank in. Next thing, I got to tip it up on its side, put the camshaft in. But I have to change the cam gear from the stock cam and press it onto the new cam. Alright guys, so we got the camshaft gear pressed on, but I don't think I'm going to put it in yet. I think I'm going to get somebody to TIG the gear onto the cam. I don't do a lot of TIG welding, so I don't really feel confident in being able to do it myself. So I got a guy up the road, he'll do it for me. He'll probably do that Monday, he said. Today is Saturday, so I can drop the cam in probably Monday night. But yeah, here's where we are. Basically, what you do is you put 3 beads equally spaced on here, putting the cam to the gear. So we'll pick this video up when I get the cam back.
So I got the cam back, just lubing it up with some assembly lube, and then dropping her down in the engine. So she's all in, put the retaining bolts in, and away we go.
All right, so there we go, guys. We got our camshaft in, got it back from being welded, lined up the timing marks on the cam and the crank, removed this plate, and like I said, I've had no issues taking this plate off and reinstalling it as long as it goes back on in the exact same place it came off. And that's gonna do it for this video. Next video, we're gonna be putting pistons in. I'm gonna show you what I'm putting in for pistons, and we're gonna have to gap the rings, do all that fun stuff, and then yeah, we're gonna get our pistons in the next video. So thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to leave it down in the comments. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.